Kensington Palace denies reports that Meghan Markle will raise her baby with a fluid approach to gender. "This story is totally false," a spokesperson said. This week has been a big one for rumors about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's first child. Several outlets reported that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have indeed found out the baby's sex, though they don't plan to share that information publicly. Sources close to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex confirm that Harry and Meghan have found out the sex of their newborn, but the couple has elected to keep it a surprise from the public. Additionally, Vanity Fair's Katie Nicholl published a story suggesting that the royal couple plans to raise their child with a fluid approach to gender. Meghan has been talking to some of her friends about the birth and how she and Harry plan to raise their baby. Her exact word was fluid, the source told Vanity Fair. She said they plan to raise their child with a fluid approach to gender and they won't be imposing any stereotypes. The publication also noted that the term fluid in this sense is open to interpretation. But on Saturday, Kensington Palace cleared things up with a concrete statement, calling the story totally false. "This story is totally false," a spokesperson told Hello magazine about the article. Given the palace's hesitancy to comment on private matters, clearly they felt they needed to clarify this piece of information. Kensington Palace previously shared that Meghan is due in the spring of 2019, and in early January, during a visit to Birkenhead, Meghan reportedly told a member of the public that she was 6 months pregnant and shared with another that she is due around April, so it won't be too much longer until we see Meghan and Harry's parenting style play out in real life. Kensington Palace has refuted reports that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will be raising their child as gender fluid. The denial comes 2 days after Vanity Fair reported that Meghan Markle had told close friends she wanted to avoid gender stereotypes and approach parenting from a gender-neutral perspective. In an online article published on Thursday, the magazine quoted an anonymous source as saying, "Meghan has been talking to some of her friends about the birth and how she and Harry plan to raise their baby." Her exact word was fluid. She said they plan to raise their child with a fluid approach to gender and they won't be imposing any stereotypes. But the palace has described the claim as totally false in a statement released on Saturday. Hollywood actor Kate Hudson shone a light on the concept of gender-neutral parenting in January after she told AOL that she would take a genderless approach to raising her daughter, Renee Rose. But the 39-year-old later posted a statement on Instagram saying that her words had been taken out of context. "Recently someone asked me something along the lines of, if having and raising a girl is different from boys. My response was simple. Not really. This whole clickbait tactic of saying I'm raising my daughter to be genderless is silly and frankly doesn't even make sense." The mother of 3 went on to explain that her saying genderless approach was a way of refocusing the conversation in a direction that could exist outside of the female stereotype. "It just felt a little antiquated to me," she added. "Not all girls want to be princesses, some want to be king. And that's fine by me. Baby Sussex is due in a matter of mere weeks, and while we don't know whether Meghan Markle and Prince Harry will have a boy or girl, sources are reporting that they will adopt a non-traditional parenting style no matter the child's gender." Earlier this week, Vanity Fair's royal expert Katie Nicholl wrote that Meghan and Harry plan to raise their child with a fluid approach to gender and won't be imposing any stereotypes. As believable as it may be, considering Meghan's feminist position, Kensington Palace denies that there's any truth to the article's claims. On Saturday, a palace spokesperson told Hello, "This story is totally false." To be fair, Nicholl admits that there could be multiple interpretations to what Meghan meant by the word fluid. Potentially, sources were referring to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's gender-neutral nursery that's reported to have a white and grey color scheme and vegan paint infused with eucalyptus oil. Either way, gender-neutral parenting styles appear to be a trend amongst celebrities, as Meghan and Harry aren't the only famous parents to be rumored to raise their child genderless. After giving birth to her first daughter Renee Rose, Kate Hudson spoke with AOL about raising her 3 children. "Having a daughter doesn't really change my approach, but there's definitely a difference," she shared with the outlet. "I think you just raise your kids individually regardless, like a genderless approach. We still don't know what she's going to identify as. Later, she clarified her comments on social media, saying, "I raise and continue to raise my children, both my boys and girl, to feel free to be exactly who they want to be. To feel confident in their life choices and feel loved and supported no matter what.